Next on BGSU Brain Game, it is Bowling Green versus Heritage Christian. I think we better prepare for a mega mental meltdown. Only one team can leave victorious. Who's it gonna be? Only one way to find out. BGSU's Brain Game starts right now. And welcome to BGSU Brain Game. It is Bowling Green versus Heritage Christian. Let's meet our starting lineups. For Bowling Green, led by Coach Parrish. In slot number 1, it's Nathan, a sophomore. In slot number 2, it's Ariana, a junior. And in slot number 3, it is Edwin, a junior. Now, Heritage Christian, led by Coach Lindwall. In slot number 1, we have Carolyn, a freshman. In slot number 2, we have Milana, a freshman. And in slot number 3, we have Felucio, a junior. That's our starting lineup for this program. Let's get right to it. What do you say? Toss-up round's coming up next. Goes a little bit like this. First round, 10 questions. No deduction for an incorrect answer. So you can be a little bit looser on your buzzers. You may confer before buzzing in and not after, and you can steal a question in this round. Heritage Christian, Bowling Green, are you ready? Are you ready? I hope so, because here we go. Question number 1. With its 3 volcanic cones, Kibo, Mwenzi, and Shira, this dormant volcano in Tanzania is the highest mountain in Africa. Identify this summit. That would be Heritage Christian, Felucio.
Mount Kilimanjaro.
Correct. Don't look so surprised. You got it. Way to start things off. The Red Sea and the Mediterranean Sea are connected by what canal? That would be Bowling Green, Edwin.
The Suez Canal.
Suez is correct. Both teams are on the board. What one-word concept refers to the increasing interconnectedness of the world's economies, cultures, and people? It has impacted the world by promoting trade, cultural exchange, and technological advancements. That would be Bowling Green. Nathan.
The internet.
Incorrect. Heritage Christian, chance to steal. That would be Felucio.
Trade.
Incorrect. We were looking for the term globalization there, globalization. In order to free the mind of the 3 poisons, greed, hatred, and ignorance, members of this religion seek to attain nirvana. Identify this religion. That would be Heritage Christian, Felucio.
Buddhism.
Buddhism is correct. Multiple choice question. During the evolution of the U.S. educational civil rights, the educational civil rights for African Americans, which capital city saw 9 African American students require an Army escort? That would be Bowling Green, Ariana.
Little Rock.
Little Rock is correct. What Renaissance master painted the creation of Adam, the creation of Eve? That would be Heritage Christian, Carolyn.
Is that Michelangelo?
That would be Michelangelo, correct. Another multiple choice question. In July of 2024, who was elected as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? Is it A, Keir Starmer, B, Boris Johnson, or C, Theresa May? That would be Heritage Christian, Felucio.
B.
Incorrect. Bowling Green, chance to steal. That would be Edwin.
C.
Incorrect. It was A, Keir Starmer is the current Prime Minister of England. In the process of U.S. government and politics, this type of bill often includes a representative's quote-unquote pet projects that benefit the state or district. Identify this 2-word phrase. Time. Those are known as pork barrel projects. Which 4-letter word can designate the elongated ridges of sand that project into the mouth of an adjacent bay, or an arm used for cooking over an open fire? Time. Spit. Although later changed to the word Kaiser, in German, this title of imperial character has its origins in the Roman family who ruled without a crown from 49 to 44 BC. Identify this title most often associated with Julius. That would be Bowling Green. Edwin.
Emperor?
Incorrect. Heritage Christian, chance to steal. That would be Carolyn.
Caesar.
Caesar is what we're looking for. The word Kaiser and Caesar are the same word, or the same concept. That is the end of the toss-up round. Let's take a look at our score. We have Bowling Green at 20, and currently in the lead with 40 points is Heritage Christian. But we're just getting warmed up, folks. Stick around. Our risk and reward round is coming up next. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Bowling Green at 20, Heritage Christian at 40. Before we get to our next round, we'd like to welcome a new player for Bowling Green. In slot number 2, we have Owen, a junior. Welcome to the team and to the game. All right, this is the risk and reward round. Goes a little bit something like this. Both teams, you're going to receive the same 9 questions plus a bonus question or a risk and reward question. First 9 are 10 points apiece, no deduction for an incorrect answer. The 10th question, that risk and reward I was talking about, we're going to give you a topic. You can choose to answer that question based upon the topic by risking up to 30 points in 5-point increments. You get it right, you get those bonus points. You get it wrong, negative points. However, if you don't like it, you can simply pass and head out the door with your 9 questions. Sound good? All right, Heritage Christian, you're at 40 points, meaning you're sticking around. Bowling Green, off to isolation you go. All right, Heritage Christian, are you ready for the risk and reward round? Here we go. Question number 1, identify the 3-word phrase in English that is synonymous with an elaborate or ostentatious display and is also the nickname of former American General Winfield Scott. Granted, you don't hear this one very often anymore, but fuss and feathers. Fuss and feathers. It's a good one, isn't it? When light is focused in front of the retina instead of on the back of the retina, the result is an inability to see distant objects clearly. Identify this disorder that begins with an M and is more commonly known as nearsightedness. Is it myopia or macular degeneration? That would be Milana.
Macular, the second one.
Second one, incorrect. It is myopia. Which of the following 3 elements does not belong in the same family as the other 2? Gold, zinc, mercury. That would be Carolyn.
Gold.
Gold is correct. As of October 2024, who is the current Secretary of Transportation? That would be Milana.
Pete Buttigieg.
Pete Buttigieg is correct. Before it became Arlington National Cemetery, which famous general owned the property? Time. It was actually General Robert E. Lee's. Robert E. Lee's. Exacerbate. To make worse or more severe. Spell exacerbate. That would be Felucia.
EXASURBATE.
Incorrect. EXACERBATE. While Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson series is derived from Greek mythology, which culture serves as the basis for his novel series, The Kane Chronicles? That would be Carolyn.
Is that Egyptian?
It is Egyptian, yes. Which American sculptor crafted the 6-ton marble head of President Abraham Lincoln in the U.S. Capitol Rotunda before he began his masterpiece at Mount Rushmore in 1939? Is it A, Jed Willis, B, Gutzon Borglum, or C, Will Bennington? That would be Carolyn.
Is that C?
Incorrect. It is B, Gutzon Borglum. As of October 2024, who is the current Prime Minister of Spain? Is it Mariano Rajoy or Pedro Sanchez? That would be Milana.
Pedro Sanchez.
Correct. Risk and reward time. The topic is world populations. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments based upon that topic, or you can pass. Heritage Christian, what would you like to do?
Okay, so we would like to risk for 5.
5 points on world populations. All right. World populations for 5 points for Heritage Christian. Which is greater, the combined population of North and South America or the population of Africa? That would be Milana.
North and South America.
Incorrect. Africa at 1.37 billion people versus approximately 1 billion people in the Americas. Only lost 5 points in that one. That is the end of the round for you. So Heritage Christian, now it's 75 points, but now it's time for you to head off to isolation. All right, let's bring back in Bowling Green. Come on back. Welcome back, Bowling Green. Are you ready for your risk and reward round? All right, here we go. Identify the 3-word phrase in English that is synonymous with an elaborate or ostentatious display and is also the nickname of former American General Winfield Scott. Time. General Winfield Scott was known as Old Fuss and Feathers. That was the term we were looking for, fuss and feathers. When light is focused in front of the retina instead of on the back of the retina, the result is an inability to see distant objects clearly. Identify this disorder that begins with an M and is more commonly known as nearsightedness. Is it myopia or macular degeneration? That would be Owen.
Myopia.
Myopia is correct. Which of the following 3 elements does not belong in the same family as the other 2? Gold, zinc, mercury.
I think it's mercury.
Owen.
Mercury.
Incorrect. Gold. As of October 2024, who is the current Secretary of Transportation? Time. That would be Pete Buttigieg. Before it became Arlington National Cemetery, which famous general owned the property? Arlington National Cemetery was owned by General Robert E. Lee. Exacerbate, to make worse or more severe. Spell exacerbate. That would be Owen.
E-X-A-S-U-R-B-A-T-E.
Incorrect. E-X-A-C-E-R-B-A-T-E. While Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson series is derived from Greek mythology, which culture serves as the basis for his novel series, The Kane Chronicles? That would be Edwin.
Egypt.
Egypt is correct. Which American sculptor crafted the 6-ton marble head of President Abraham Lincoln in the U.S. Capitol Rotunda before he began his masterpiece at Mount Rushmore in 1939? Is it A, Jed Willis, B, Goodson Borglum, or C, Will Bennington? That will be Owen.
B.
B is correct. Goodson Borglum. As of October 2024, who is the current Prime Minister of Spain? Is it Mariano Rajoy or Pedro Sanchez? That will be Owen.
Pedro Sanchez.
Correct. Risk and reward time. The topic is world populations. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments on this topic, or you can pass. Bowling Green, confer and decide.
I might be able to do this.
Okay.
If it's like comparing.
I think maybe do like 15.
Okay, I was thinking that.
Decision?
We're going to wager 15.
15 points on world populations. Which is greater, the combined population of North and South America or the population of Africa? That would be Owen.
Population of Africa.
Correct. 1.37 versus 1 billion in Americas. That is the end of the risk and reward round for you. It's now time to clear our scores, and let's bring back in Heritage Christian. Come on back. Welcome back, Heritage Christian. Let's take a look at where our two teams stand now. Heritage Christian stands at 75 points. Bowling Green stands at 75 points. Well, 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 looks like we have a tie, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's not going to stay that way for long. Stick around. Our category round is coming up next. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. We are tied. Bowling Green 75, Heritage Christian 75 points. Before we go into our next round, let's welcome some new players from Bowling Green. In slot number 1, we have Cole, a junior. In slot number 2, we have Mason, a senior. And returning in slot number 3 is Ariana, still a junior. And Heritage Christian is staying with their lineup from the last round. All right, category round time. 6 categories to choose from. Questions were 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points. But deductions start now. I repeat, deductions start now. So if you choose 15, you are risking 15 points. There is a double or nothing question hiding somewhere in there. Double the points, no pressure. Could be a game changer. I guess we'll find out soon enough. You may confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question in this round. Since we are tied at 75 points apiece, we did do a coin toss before this round, and Heritage Christian won that toss. You make the first selection.
We will do words that begin with DE for 15 points.
Words that begin with DE for 15 points. Words that begin with DE, lacking or insufficient in quantity or quality. That would be Bowling Green. Mason.
Deformed.
Incorrect. We cannot accept that. Heritage Christian, chance to steal. That would be Felucio.
Desolate.
Incorrect. Deficient is the word that we needed there. Heritage Christian still in control.
Famous fathers for 15.
Famous fathers for 15 points. I will describe a discipline, place, or thing in which one person has been given the honor of father. You identify the person. Father of relativity. That would be Bowling Green. Mason.
Albert Einstein.
Correct. Control now shifts over to Bowling Green.
Periodic table for 20.
Periodic table for 20 points. This is the double or nothing question. Reminder, all questions, this question is open to all buzzers. What is the chemical symbol for tin? That would be Bowling Green. Ariana.
SN.
SN is correct. Double the points. Still in control.
Periodic table for 25.
Periodic table for 25. With an atomic number of 118, this is the last element in the periodic table. That would be Bowling Green. Cole.
Oganesson.
Oganesson is correct. Bowling Green in control.
Periodic table for 30.
Periodic table now for 30 points. What element has an atomic number of 51 and a chemical symbol of SB? That would be Bowling Green. Ariana.
Antimony.
Antimony is correct. Bowling Green still in control. Stepping on the gas pedal a little bit.
Periodic table for 15.
Periodic table for 15 points. Which group of elements is known for their unreactive nature? That would be Bowling Green. Mason.
Noble gases.
Noble gases is correct. Bowling Green still in control.
Let's just finish out this category. 10.
Finishing off periodic tables for 10 points. What are the 2 main categories of elements on the periodic table? That would be Heritage Christian. Milana.
Metals and gases.
Incorrect. Bowling Green, chance to steal. That would be Cole.
Metals and nonmetals.
Metals and non-metals is what we needed there, yes. Bowling Green back in control.
Birds for 15.
Birds for 15. This is our image category. Identify the type of bird image. Give the common name of this bird. That would be Bowling Green. Mason.
Baltimore Oriole.
Correct.
Birds for 20.
Birds for 20. Give the common name of this bird. That would be Heritage Christian. Carolyn.
Is that a seagull?
That is not a seagull. That would be Bowling Green. Mason.
Pelican.
Pelican is what we needed there, yes.
Birds for 25.
Birds for 25 points. Give the common name of this. That would be Bowling Green. Mason.
Blue jay.
Blue jay is correct.
Birds for 30.
Birds for 30 points. Common name for this bird. That would be Bowling Green. Mason.
Common loon.
That is a loon, yes. Bowling Green still in control.
Birds for 10.
Birds for 10 points. Common name for this bird. That would be Heritage Christian. Carolyn.
Is that a raven?
It is not a raven. Bowling Green. Mason.
Crow.
That is a crow, yes, or blackbird. End of that category. Bowling Green still in control.
United States math for 15.
United States math for 15 points. I will give you a problem to solve revolving around U.S. states. Your answer will be a number. The number of states that begin with the letter B plus the number of states that begin with the letter P. Time. That would be 1. Pennsylvania. Bowling Green in control.
United States math for 20.
United States math for 20 points. 16 states start with the letters M and N. What do you get when you multiply that by the number of states that begin with the letter O? That would be Bowling Green. Mason.
32.
Incorrect. Heritage Christian, chance to steal. That would be Carolyn.
Is that 16?
Incorrect. 48. 16 times 3 for Ohio, Oklahoma, and Oregon. Bowling Green in control.
Insects for 10.
Insects for 10. They are part of the family Mantidae. Name this insect which holds its forelegs. That would be Heritage Christian. Carolyn.
Is that a praying mantis?
Praying mantis, correct. In control. Heritage Christian.
Famous fathers for 10.
Famous fathers for 10 points. Father of psychoanalysis. That would be Bowling Green. Ariana.
Freud.
Freud is correct. Bowling Green back in control.
Insects for 15.
Insects for 15 points. When a grasshopper molts, what does it? That would be Bowling Green. Mason.
Sheds its skin.
We will accept that. Or exoskeleton. Bowling Green in control.
Insects for 20.
Insects for 20 points. Butterflies undergo complete metamorphosis that consists of 4 stages. In what stage does the larva hibernate? That will be Bowling Green. Mason.
The chrysalis stage.
Chrysalis or pupa stage. Yes. Bowling Green in control.
Insects for 25.
Insects for 25 points. What is the most common insect in the world? That will be Heritage Christian. Carolyn.
Is that an ant?
Correct. Ants. End of round. Let's take a look at our scores. We have Heritage Christian at 35, and currently in the lead with 320 is Bowling Green. Stick around. Our brainstorm round is coming up next. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Heritage Christian 35, Bowling Green at 320. Before we get to our final round, I'd like to first welcome back for Bowling Green in slot number 3, Owen. And substitutes for Heritage Christian. In slot number 2, we have Claire, a junior. And in slot number 3, we have Andrew, a sophomore. Welcome to our new and returning players. This is the brainstorm round. In this round, all questions are 20 points. Negative 20 points for an incorrect answer. You may confer before buzzing in, not after, and you cannot, I repeat, you cannot steal a question in this round. Heritage Christian, Bowling Green, are you ready? Here we go. Which 2009 animated comedy portrays the story of a 78-year-old man who ties balloons to his house? That would be Bowling Green. Cole.
Up.
Up is correct. On the South American continent, only one country borders both Venezuela and Argentina. Name this country. That would be Heritage Christian. Andrew.
Brazil.
Brazil is correct. In what country was the game of chess invented? That would be Heritage Christian. Carolyn.
Is that England?
Incorrect. India. What type of sporting events took place in the Roman hippodromes? Bowling Green. Mason.
Chariot racing?
Yes, correct, or horse races. What is PB the symbol for? Bowling Green. Cole.
Lead.
Yeah, correct. Who wrote a pamphlet called Common Sense to Persuade Colonists? That would be Heritage Christian. Carolyn.
Is that Thomas Paine?
Thomas Paine is correct. 1,024 bytes are equal to one what? That would be Bowling Green. Owen.
Megabit.
Incorrect. It's a kilobyte, but we don't talk about them as much as we used to. What is the largest game bird native to North America? That would be Bowling Green. Mason.
Turkey?
Turkey is correct. In Roman mythology, he was considered the god of fire. Name this deity often depicted with pointed. That would be Bowling Green. Mason.
Vulcan?
Vulcan is correct. Many colleges and universities use the SAT as a requirement of admission. What does SAT stand for? That would be Heritage Christian. Carolyn.
Standardized American testing.
Incorrect. Scholastic Aptitude Test. What was the first sport to be televised in the United States? That would be Heritage Christian. Carolyn.
Is that baseball?
Baseball is correct. Chimes belong to what musical family? That would be Bowling Green. Cole.
Percussion.
Percussion is correct. How many colonies were involved in the Albany Congress? That would be Bowling Green. Owen.
12.
Incorrect. 7. Occurring at 20,000 to 40,000 feet, this fast wind current moves toward the east. That would be Bowling Green. Cole.
Jet stream.
Jet stream, yes. If a substance is ossified, what does it become? Bowling Green. Mason.
Bone?
It turns into bone. End of round. Let's take a look at our score with 440 points. Bowling Green is our winner. Let's give both these teams a big round of applause. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, let's come around, meet in the middle, and we will see you at the next BGSU Brain Game.